is my horror night.
Good evening and welcome to The Last Video Store. I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield. And on today's episode, I realized I haven't done a list in quite a while. So I figured I'd talk about 10 creature features that I thoroughly enjoyed. These movies are in no particular order, and I'm going to exclude movies that I've put in other lists and movies that I have covered individually. So 10 movies, no particular order, great creature features. So number 10 is going to be Watchers. It was based off of a book by Dean Koontz. This DVD comes with the first and second one. Scream Factory had put a Blu-ray out of part 2, and we never got one of part 1. So Scream Factory, I believe y'all own the rights to this, so please give us a Blu-ray of Watchers. Watchers came out in 1988, and it starred Corey Haim, Michael Ironside, and it was directed by John Hess. This is a cool movie. It's pretty much about a government scientific tested dog, and he has this weird link to this creature. The creature's kind of like Fluffy from Creepshow, the little Arctic crepe monkey ape, whatever the hell you want to call it. But it's pretty cool. The creature's awesome. We get a good bit of kills. It's a very ferocious creature. Like I said, just going around killing everybody that it comes across in a very violent fashion. And it also takes the eyes out of its victims. So that's pretty damn cool. So number 10, The First Watchers.
Shit! What the hell was that? Go, Piggy, go! Behind us, man! Go, Piggy, get out of the forest! After us, go! Go, Piggy! Come on, man, move it! Faster, Piggy! Get out of the woods, man! Go to the right, man! Ah!
Number 9 is going to be an older movie, came out in 1958, and this is Fiend Without a Face. Movie was directed by Arthur Crabtree, and it's pretty much about a bunch of brains with tentacles that's going around terrorizing a military base. It's a cool movie. Criterion Collection had put it out on DVD a few years back. I believe it's going out of print. So there's another one we need a Blu-ray release of. But this is a fun, old-fashioned black and white movie. Very badass. I think the brains start out invisible, like the beginning towards the middle, and later on in the movie we see what they look like, and it's actually a pretty cool classic movie. So Fiend Without a Face. Number 8 is going to be the Bogans, however you want to go and pronounce it. This was a very fun movie from 1981, directed by James L. Conway. I think it's like a mine or something. You got some workers, and There's a house where they get some of the employees live at, and the house is somehow, basement is linked to the mine, and they got this weird spider looking creature that comes out and kill its victims. This one's really cool. The creature, it's not bad. Another concept, it spent a lot of money to make it. The Taft company had put this one out, Taft International Pictures. I thought it was cool. It's not bad. We got a Blu-ray and DVD releasing of it that's still in print by Olive Films. This one's really fun. I used to watch this one a lot as a kid. If you look at the cover, they got like some green hands, but the creature doesn't look like that. It's pretty much like got like the spider tentacles and kind of has like a turtle body. It's weird. You have to watch it for yourself, but it's very enjoyable and pretty fun. So, number 8, the Bogans. Number 7 is going to be the Neon Maniacs. This is a really cool movie. We kind of get shafted with the end, but hopefully you've never seen this movie before and you'll enjoy it from the beginning to the middle. And by the time you come to the end, you're going to be like, I enjoyed everything else, so I'm just going to go with it. Fuck it, it's a good movie. So, the heart of San Francisco, they got like this weird bridge. Well, the bridge is not weird. There's like this little room underneath the bridge. It's like a little weird room. And inside the room is the Neon Maniacs. I feel like professional wrestling had some, what's the word I'm looking for here? I'm not gonna say persuaded or not, but what it is they got individual creatures, and for some reason the water is the only thing that like actually kills them. And all these little creatures take different, what's the word I'm looking for here? Take different inspiration. Like one's a samurai, the other one's a doctor, one's supposed to be like a soldier. But they're cool. They look like when WWE got away from the steroids due to that trial, they had the new generation, and all the wrestlers had something to do with like real life jobs. So, the Neon Maniacs. This one was a late 80s movie, 1985, so mid 80s, and it was directed by Joseph Magin. It's cool. You got some pretty cool kills in it, and the Maniacs actually look pretty cool. When you watch this movie and you see that some of the characters are different while making this movie, they ran out of money, and some of the original actors didn't return to finish off their later scenes, so they had to recast a lot of the Maniacs. And it had a very small part by the guy who played Wishmaster. I'm blanking on his name right here. His face is right there. Anyway, Wishmaster's in here. I think he plays the surgeon maniac. So, number 7, Neon Maniacs. Code Red had put out a Blu-ray and a DVD. I think they're both out of print, but you can find a decent copy on eBay for, I think, 50, 60 bucks, so it's not bad.
You're telling me that these things are inside the Golden Gate Bridge, 1. 2, that they only come out at night, that they're responsible for the death of 15 or more kids and 3 of my police officers.
Let me ruin your evening, the stranger said to me. Your new lover is my old
They're young.
lover. She said,
Come on, Sue, it's play.
They think they're going to live
'cause I believe
forever.
what she told me.
What are you doing? Get out. He doesn't want to play with us. He wants to fool around.
But they're in for a terrible surprise. Now, there are 12 new reasons
Over here!
to be afraid of the dark.
They're after me.
And every one of them is a killer. Introducing, in diabolical order, Axe, Hangman, Doc, Biker, Slash, Juice, Samurai, Mohawk, Archer, Soldier. These are the Neon Maniacs. They live so others may die. Neon Maniacs.
Moving along to number 6 is going to be Razorback. Shout Factory had just put this out on Blu-ray. It was directed by Russell McCathy. I don't know if I get up, but it's a 1984 Australian movie. An American reporter, she goes down under, and while doing an investigative story, she gets killed by this 2-ton boar nicknamed Razorback. So her fiance or husband, he goes to investigate to see exactly what happened to her because she had went missing, so nobody got some answers. And yeah, he discovers this bad boy. We don't get a lot of glimpse of it when it came back to the older movies, how the special effects, they did their best, so they tried to hide the creature as much as possible. But what we do see is absolutely fantastic. This was one for the longest time. We didn't have an actual DVD or Blu-ray. The DVD was made on demand, so it had that weird blue backing to it. So, like I said, Shout Factory had put out a beautiful release of it. So, number 6, Razorback. Number 5 is going to be Pumpkinhead. This movie was absolutely amazing. It was a favorite of mine growing up watching. It was always on the Sci-Fi Channel. This one was directed by Stan Winston, the guy who made so many of the special effects creatures, the Monster Squad, the dinosaurs from the first Jurassic Park, the Terminator, Predator, Alien from Aliens. So, Stan Winston. It's a fairy tale. Pretty much Lance Hendrickson stars in it, and he has this one boy. It's like the only thing he has in his life, and the kid accidentally gets killed. And because he's just so angry with grief that his son got taken away from him, he goes see this old voodoo-style witch and pretty much puts a blood feud out, tethering his soul to the creature called Pumpkinhead. So it rises, and its mission is to kill off everyone who is wronged Ed Harley, which is Lance Hendrickson's character. But towards the end of it, he kind of sees what he had done, and these characters didn't really deserve this because it was an accident. So he has to find a way to stop Pumpkinhead. Spawned 4 sequels. Scream Factory put out the first and second one on Blu-ray. You can find 3 and 4. What was it? It was Blood Feud, because I said that earlier. And it's really not important. But those on DVD if you want to watch it. But Lance Hendrickson does come back to the last 2, if I'm not mistaken. So, Pumpkinhead.
Tom Harley! Open up, Tom! It's me, Clayton Heller! Tom! Please open the door! Oh, for God's sakes, Tom, open up, please! It's after me, Tom, it's gonna get me!
God in heaven, Tom.
Tom Harley, please!
We can't just sit here.
You have to, Ellie.
God, please, Tom,
It has nothing to do with us.
What kind of a Christian are you, for God's sakes? You gotta help me, Harley!
Tom.
Mama!
See to the boy.
Tom, it's gonna get me if you don't open the door, for God's sake, please help! Oh, Tom, please.
Why doesn't Daddy let the man in?
Can't, buddy. He just can't.
Get away from my door. Get away from me and my family.
Oh, please! You gotta help me, Tom! It's coming! I didn't kill that girl!
I don't know nothing about that and I don't want to.
I said I did, Tom, but I didn't.
No, I'm sorry, I am. But I can't risk my family for you, Clayton. Now, I got my shotgun here. Get away. Get away before I have to use it.
Another childhood favorite, and taking my number 4 spot is going to be Tremors. This movie came out in 1990. It was directed by Ron Underwood, starring Kevin Bacon and the late Fred Ward. You had Michael Gross, who was in every Tremors movies and the TV series. Pretty much you have these weird worms that's in the ground that they dub graboids, and they use vibrations to find their victims on the surface. They underground, that's why you get the name Tremors. They got like these weird tentacle tongues that come out, grab you, pull you in, and that's how it eats you. Really fun movie. This is one, it was always on USA, Sci-Fi Channel, AMC. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. The Tremors. Fun. It had 6 sequels, I think it is, because I think there's 7 movies total, and a TV series. And a couple years back, they had filmed it, just never released it. It was a return to the first one with Kevin Bacon coming back, but for some reason it was supposed to be a TV pilot, and it never got aired, which sucks because I really wanted to watch it. So, trip.
Still, Walter wouldn't know it's decent horse. Came up and bit him in the ass. Wait a minute. They got wind of something they don't like. Yeah. What's going on here? I don't see anything. Anywhere. Hey! Are you okay? Yeah, what about the horse? What in the name of...
That's how they get you. They're under the goddamn ground.
What the hell are they?
Sons of bitches.
Must be a million of them. Nope, just one. Come on.
So number 3 is going to be Leviathan. This is a really fun, interesting movie. Had a lot of good recognizable people such as Peter Weller, Richard Crenna, Amanda Pays, Daniel Stern, Ernie Hudson, Michael Carmine, Hector Elizondo. Everybody knows Hector. And it was directed by George P. I'm bad with certain last names. But this one came out in 1989. Pretty much, it's a ripoff of Alien. And it's these guys, they're underneath the ocean, and they find this ship, and they go investigate it. And it's like this weird creature that tethers itself to one of our cast members. I think Daniel Stern was the first one. And it grows and turns into this whole thing, but you find out that the company that these guys work for, Peter Weller, had something to do with it because it was like a government-tested creature that they created for some reason. What's that lady's name? She had like the very, very blue eyes, Meg Foster. She was in this, and she gets punched out at the end by Peter Weller, just RoboCop. Dead or Alive, he's coming with me. But yeah, Leviathan. This one got put out by Shot Factory a couple years ago, but unfortunately it is extremely out of print and pretty goddamn expensive. This one cost me a good bit, and I'm not gonna say how much it cost because my wife watches this show. So yeah, I gotta keep the video store open. So number 3, Leviathan.
Jesus! Pick those people up!
Get out of here!
Vic! Stop Joe! Vic! Come back!
Don't sing us off!
Vic! Come back!
Say, motherfucker!
Let's get out of here!
So number 2, Humanoids from the Deep. This is a pretty cool movie directed by Barbara Peters with 2 E's. And it starred Doug McClure, not the guy from The Simpsons. And then you got Vic Morrow, a couple other people. But this one had a female director. It was a Roger Corman production by these ocean creatures that come out and they kill off all the males very violently, and they rape the females, which that rape is never great. It's terrible. Don't rape anybody. If you're an ocean creature, a man, a woman, never rape anything. Always get consent. Anyway, they impregnate these women, and they grow more humanoids from the deep. It was remade in the early to mid 90s. I think Robert Carradine was in it. I have it somewhere on DVD. They had made it at the same time they had did the Piranha remake with World's Greatest Superhero. What's his damn name? I'm blanking on everything tonight. It's not important. He was in House. He was in House 4. And he was in Carrie. I don't think he was in Problem Child 3. Anyway, Humanoids from the Deep. A lot of nudity in this one. So I think I was about 6 or 7 years old when I rented it. My grandma was like, yeah, sure, it's a classic. A lot of titties. And bush. Humanoids from the Deep.
What's happening?
Yes, folks, this is Madman Michael's live, if I'm lucky, from Noyo Harbor. The scene here is one of total, and I mean total panic. People are running every which way. Wow, one just sped right through the booth, not 15 yards away from me. It's going after a young woman. She's trying to...
You better get the highway patrol out here.
Keep Cover the gas and blow the kingdom come.
Number one is a movie that I really like. Like I said, these movies were in no particular order. I just had to break it up into 10s because there's 10 movies here. But I like this movie, and I liked the sequel that came out, even though not a lot of people did. But it is Chud. Cannibalistic Humanoid Underground Dwellers. This was a really fun movie. It was another one that came out in the, I think the mid-80s. What year is on here? 1986? That sounds about right. Directed by Douglas Cheek. Yeah, this was a really fun movie starring John Hurd, Daniel Stern, and Christopher Curry, who all appeared in the Home Alone series. And pretty much these homeless people, they're living underground, and you got this one company that's dumping in a bunch of toxic chemicals and is turning these homeless people into chuds. And they look pretty cool. They got like the glowing yellow eyes, and you got a very early performance by John Goodman before he had did Revenge of the Nerds, I think. I don't know for sure what year. I'm blanking on the year. I usually know these things, but like I said, it's late. And it might even be 84 or earlier than that. That's not important. So, on one spot, Chud. I like to Bud the Chud. Arrow Video had put this one out, still in print. Watch it, love it. It's cool. They're not staying down there anymore. Chud.
7 to 6. Low ride.
What'll it be, boys?
We had cheeseburger and a Coke. Same here.
Coming up.
Nice leg.
Subtle.
I heard that.
Yeah? I'll bet you heard it before, too.
Go on.
Where'd you learn to cook like this?
You're asking for it.
I've been asking for it all my life. Just never get it.
Shouldn't you boys be on duty somewhere?
Thank you for tuning in again to The Last Video Store. I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield, and we just talked about 10 creature feature movies that I really enjoyed. Tell me yours. See you next time. If there's anything else you want me to cover, just let me know. And please like and subscribe. You all have a great, wonderful night, and I'll see you next time. It's alive!
Myers are the heroes on my past. Now the media and he's lying. Chucky and the zombies all up in cemetery. So bring me back those. I wanna come back to those times when all movies were so scary. I brought